Hi, welcome to Third Eye Nutrition. My name is Shannon Gilmore, and I'll be your hostess for this weekly event. And today we're going to talk a little bit about hidden toxins in foods. Now, most scientists and researchers will agree that the root of most chronic diseases is going to be because of inflammation and oxidative stress. When I say oxidative stress, I'm referring to the cells in your bodies that are sort of weakened or hampered because of some type of external event, such as high stress levels, toxic relationship, excessive alcohol, drugs, sugar. These are all things that sort of put stress on your body and can cause an oxidation of the cells, as we term oxidative stress. My job as a clinician is sort of to look at your body and all the potential sources of inflammation and oxidative stress and reduce them. Now, food is sort of a big component of this, and the most obvious one that most people are aware of is organic versus pesticide foods. Pesticides are known to be toxic to human health, and they definitely are in the category of toxins. But what some people don't realize is sort of there are some hidden toxins in foods that you may not quite be aware of, and that's what I'd like to talk to you a little bit today. So, one of my favorite beverages on the planet is coffee. Coffee on a whole is actually a pretty good product for your body, but when you do something to the coffee, then something might happen. So let's talk about that. So when you purchase a decaffeinated product, the manufacturer has to do something to the beans in order to remove what's inherently a caffeinated beverage, correct? So when they do that, what they oftentimes will do is use some type of solvent to extract the caffeine out. And the problem with this is that most of the time they don't rinse that solvent out. So you're actually consuming that when you drink a decaffeinated product. And this actually does apply to tea as well, unfortunately. So what you really want to think about is there's two ways of solving this. You can either purchase an organic product, which is going to probably less likely to have a solvent used because of the standards that the FDA has put for an organic label. But secondly, you can also just ask. So I've been actually surprised at sort of non-organic products, how they will use something called a water filtered process to naturally decaffeinate the product. Okay, so the key words you want to look for is water process, Swiss water process. These are all things that are an indication that it is naturally decaffeinated. Okay, so that's one way to like deal with this issue of hidden toxins. The next one is tahini. And by the way, I'll try to cover up the label because I'm not associated with any products. But tahini is a sesame based, and what they do is they will add hexane, which is a toxic solvent for the body. And what it does is it literally extracts the seed and extracts the fat from the husk and removes it. So that way, all they do then is just blend the seeds, and they just discard the husks. The problem with this, again, is that you're basically consuming all the hexane that they're using in this product. Okay, so the best way to deal with tahini is just to buy organic. Now, I say all this not just to create neurosis and paranoia, but it is basically to become informed and aware. So that way you can make better choices at home, you can make better choices at work, you can have more power over your environment and your environmental toxic exposures based on information. Okay, it is not to make you neurotic and avoid social interactions and things like that, so that it becomes a little bit obsessive, and that is not healthy either. So it's just sort of make you aware. The third product we're going to talk about today is actually something that's a little bit on the fortunate side, which is baby formula. No, say it isn't so. Yes, baby formula. So oftentimes, again, hexane will be used to sort of extract some type of omega-3 fatty acid. So if you see an EPA or an ARA in the content of the formula, and it's sort of like, wow, added omega-3, fatty acids to this, it's so good for the baby. Well, it's oftentimes they use hexane to extract that oil, okay? And same thing when they add like extra nutrients. So if they add like lutein and like different sort of buzzwords, oftentimes they do use a hexane product to remove the nutrient and then put that in the baby formula. Now, to be fair, it's not a massive amount, but if you're a woman that doesn't breastfeed at all and you go right to formula, and this is all the baby's consuming for its first 6 months to a year of life, not the best choice. So some options for that, and I hate to say this out loud because they tend to be more expensive, is that you do want to focus more on European formulas. There's a couple of really good products out of Germany and Holland that I used when my baby girl was switching to formula, that I bit the bullet and just purchased it abroad. There are some third-person companies that you can get that from. And so you can contact me to find out what the names of those products are if you're interested. But if you are in a pinch, some of the better products in the United States, and to be honest, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not too pleased with in baby formula, and it's really shocking what they put in it. But things like the Honest Company has a decent product. Happy Baby is a decent product. And so if you really don't want to do EU or European standards, then you can go that route as well, but not as good as the European formulas. So the idea of all this is not to sort of stress you out or anything like that, but what you want to do is anytime you purchase a manufactured or processed product, and it almost sounds too good to be true because all these wonderful things are in it and that's the way they want to market it, you got to wonder, what do they have to do to make it that way? Okay, so if you see defatted peanut butter and lower fat peanut butter and things like that, you got to cross your mind, what did they do to sort of defat it? What did they do to the whey protein? What did they do to these products to make it so great? Okay, so that's just the biggest thing, and the bottom line is just sort of like red flags should go up if you're starting to see a lot of manipulation with the product. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Please write to me if you have any questions at thirdeyenutrition@gmail.com, and please visit me at thirdeyenutrition.com, where I'm giving away a free sort of gut health ebook on how to improve your gut health. So if that's something you're interested in, come visit me. And other than that, I think we're good. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.